Hey everyone, Mr. Sujano here. In this video, we're checking out version 2 of the Magicians SOCD Cleaner by BitBang Gaming. Let's get started. Alright, to kick things off, SOCD stands for Simultaneous Opposite Cardinal Direction, or Simultaneous Opposing Cardinal Direction, or subscribe to Mr. Sujano, depending on how you want to interpret that. At a really high level, it's the action that's taken when you press left and right on the controller at the exact same time, or up and down. The Magicians SOCD Cleaner allows you to specify exactly what happens. And this is version 1. BitBang Gaming just sent me version 2 to check out. Now, as you can probably see, version 2 is a little less busy than version 1, but it offers a heck of a lot more features, and I would argue is possibly a little bit better. Just like the Magician version 1, version 2 is powered by micro USB, but it also can be powered by the main board in your arcade stick. For the purposes of this video, I'll be testing out the Magician version 2 on my hitbox. It's unfortunate, but my hitbox at this point in time has been pretty much delegated to my testing stick. I test out different buttons on this, different wiring configurations, different PCBs, you name it, I'm testing it out on this device. Before I wire everything up, I want to make sure that the SOCD cleaner is actually working, so I've connected the micro USB to it for power. And if you take a look at my phone here, I'm in the Google Play Store, and yes, there's an actual app. The Magicians SOCD Cleaner version 2 is compatible with Android and iOS. You can change settings right on the fly here within the app, and that's a huge feature. However, unfortunately, I was running into a little bit of a connection issue here. I couldn't get my phone to recognize the Magicians SOCD, even after powering it up and installing the app and pressing the scan button. Unfortunately, even though I tried a bunch of different things to connect this, I restarted my phone, I turned on and off the Bluetooth, I rebooted the SOCD cleaner, and nothing seemed to be working. I tried a whole bunch here, and unfortunately I couldn't get it to pair to my phone. The next step in my troubleshooting was to head to BitBang Gaming's website and take a look at the instruction manual. Within it there was a section to update the firmware, so I followed those steps, which I thought were fairly easy, but at the same time, if you're not familiar with this technical stuff, it might be a little bit difficult to follow along. I followed every single instruction to a T, and I took my time filling out every single column here to make sure everything was perfect. So after connecting the SOCD cleaner to my computer, downloading the necessary files, running this Flash program, and pressing start, I was successfully able to update the firmware on this device to version 2.1. And unfortunately, even after updating the firmware and connecting this directly to my PCB and powering it, I was still not able to get it to connect to my phone. It was very frustrating. Fortunately though, I do have multiple phones, so that was a Red Magic 6R and it didn't work. This is my Google Pixel 7 Pro, and everything seems to be working absolutely fine. It recognized the Magicians SOCD Cleaner version 2 right away and connected to it without issue. We're back in business. So from within the app, you can do a whole bunch of different things here, including changing the cleaning mode on the fly. By default, SOCD cleaning is set to neutral for both up and down and left and right. When you press left and right at the same time, you'll get nothing. When you press up and down at the same time, you'll get nothing. And you can change it here to have a certain button to have priority, for example, left or right. You can have it as a last win priority, so whatever button you press last is going to win out. And you can even turn off the SOCD cleaning from here. The app also allows you to test out your buttons in real time so you can see how everything behaves and make changes if something isn't working as anticipated. There is a slight bit of delay between pressing the button and the input registering on your phone, and that's completely understandable considering it's Bluetooth. Now, I wired this up incorrectly on purpose. You can see my button mappings are completely wrong. Right is left, left is right, up is down, and down is up. I can change all of this from within the app. To really drive this point home, here is me pressing every single button again, and you can see that every single button is wrong. And I was very impressed at how easy this was to change. I just pressed on mapping and logic and changed the buttons. You can see there's a whole bunch of different button layouts here, and I just selected the one that would correct everything I'm looking for. And I also changed the logic type. And now you can see left is left, right is right, down is down, and up is up. And here's a quick sample of the SOCD cleaning in action. When I press left and right together, I'm getting absolutely nothing. And that's what I'm supposed to get. When I press down and up together, I'm getting absolutely nothing, and that's what I'm supposed to get. Now, if we take a look at BitBang Gaming's website, the original Magicians SOCD Cleaner, which I did recommend, is sitting at $35.95, and it's no longer made. The Magicians SOCD Cleaner version 2, which is compatible with Android and also iOS, is not much more expensive. It's $4 more expensive, sitting at $39.95. And I did recommend the original, and this one is better in almost every single way, and it's not much more. So at $40, would I recommend the Magicians SOCD Cleaner version 2? And the answer is yes, but be careful, and be careful for a couple of different reasons. The first reason here is a big one. I was unable to connect this to both of my phones that I tested. I only tested 2, but it had a 50% success rate, and that's not very good. If you can't connect your phone to this device, whether it's an Apple or an Android, you pretty much lose out on all functionality. The app is amazing, but that's amazing when it works. And the second reason I say to be careful is because this device does require a bit of technical know-how in order to use and operate. I mean, it's not as easy as just plugging in your inputs to this side, your down, left, right, and up, and a ground wire, and your outputs to your main PCB on the other side. You will have to set it up properly. It's different wiring for different PCBs. There's different configurations within the app, and you will probably have to update the firmware at least at some point. But if you're okay with that and you understand SOCD and you don't mind tinkering around and reading the instruction manual and figuring things out and possibly troubleshooting a little bit, then this device is actually pretty darn good. But anyways, that is all I've got for you in this one. Straight to the point, all stuff and no fluff. Shoutouts to BitBang Gaming for providing the Magicians SOCD Cleaner version 2 for a fair and honest review. Let me know your thoughts about it in the comments below. If you like this video, leave a like. If you didn't like this video, leave a like. Hit that subscribe button, check out my other videos. Don't tempt fate, save your state.